Well, hello everybody. Gonna do a little shooting today. Still working on this 44 mag 240 grain XTP project. So hopefully you guys seen my other video. When I was shooting this Winchester Model 94 Trapper at 100, my groups fell completely apart. I was shooting about a 2.5 inch group at 50. When I went to 100, I mean, it was such a mess. I'm not even gonna 7, 8, 10, 12 inches, whatever it was, don't matter. It was a complete wreck. So I got some changes tonight I'm going to share with you. I want to say thanks to one of my commenters. He talked about obviously this fine gentleman had some better experience with long range shooting with open sights than I have. He told me, he says, you need to have a target that's a 6-inch square or circle. So I've got a different target up there. I'll show you guys here in a minute, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've got a 6-inch target up there. I've been playing with the rifle, and he was 100% right. That front blade on that rifle is about exactly 6 inches. So to line it up, it seems to be a whole lot better. And I moved the rear sight. If you guys remember, the gun was shooting slightly to the right. So I moved it about 10 thousandths to the left, and I'll show you how I did that on these Skinner sights. You know, I don't have a ton of experience with these Skinner sights, but I really like them so far. So this rear slot is slotted. This is not slotted. So what I did is loosen both of those and just kind of snugly tighten that front one, and then the sight moves this way in that slot. So the way I measured it is I laid my calipers in there. See if I can get all this camera business lined up. Just like that. Hopefully you guys can see that well. And that gave me a measurement. So I was 270 thousandths. See, and I'm showing about 290 right now. But when I measured it, I must have been measured at a little different spot. Hopefully it didn't move. Yeah, that is showing 290. So I moved it about 20 thousandths. I'm afraid that's going to be too much. So anyway, that worked out good. At least I have a reference point. So if I'm too far to the left now, obviously I know where I can go and come back with it. Okay, a couple other things I changed. Put a slip-on recoil pad on this. Not necessarily for the kick. And I'm not saying it doesn't have a little bit of kick when you touch it off. You know something's going on. But it gives me just a little bit more length. You guys have heard me say before, I'm a little bit bigger guy. I'm 6'3", 250. And this gun just has a little nicer feel with a little bit more length to it. So I kind of forgot about that, honestly, last time I was shooting. And then when I went to go get my stuff together today, I seen one of these pads sitting there in my gun cabinet, so I thought, well, shoot, that's what I've done in the past and had some luck with it. So that's what we're gonna try today. I've got some different glasses on. Normally, it seems like as I get older, I can't hardly go outside without sunglasses. My eyes have just gotten more and more sensitive as I got a little more age to me. But I'm gonna try these yellow lens glasses because it seems like that with the darker lens, the dark front post on these rifles just is almost too dark. So hopefully that'll help groups a little bit today. I grabbed those calipers off camera and I checked that measurement, and I'm about 10 thousandths over from what I was. So I moved the sight 10 thousandths. It'll be interesting to see how much that moves at 100 yards. I know 10 thousandths to me, I don't know. It doesn't seem like too much, but we'll find out. Funny story about Skinner sights. Before I bought these sights, I emailed them and I says, hey, I'm looking at buying some sights for a lever action rifle, and I use a rifle on a horse on occasion. What's your thoughts? Will the sights hold up to going in and out of the scabbard and such? And it was pretty funny. He emailed me back and he says, we have a lot of folks that use our sights with horses, and he says we have a lot more broken riders and broken rifle stock, so we do broken sights. Go ahead and use them, and if you have any trouble, let me know. So I got a big kick out of that. So anyway, we'll get some shooting done. All right, let's run them and have a look. Well, it's interesting. You guys have heard me say this before, that you guys have shared some good days and some bad days at the range with me. And I think we might be having a good day. But before we even look at the target, I want to ask you guys to subscribe and please leave comments. The reason I'm having a better day at the range is because of a viewer that left some comments with his experience of shooting open sight. So I'll not mention the names. I just want to say thank you. You guys can go in the comments and read, the conversation we had. But thank you is all I can say. I'm pretty pleased with this group. I hope you guys think this is something worth chasing. So this is a 100-yard group off the bench. You guys just watch me shoot. 2 almost touching, and this guy right there. Let's throw the tape on it. You guys know how much I love the tape measure. 1 3/4. Certainly less than 2 inch. 1 5/8 if I want to get real technical. Hopefully you guys can see that good. Probably one of the best groups I've ever shot in my life with open sights. We're gonna go ahead and mark. Not to be too boastful here, but pretty awesome group, I think. Okay, so I moved that rear sight over about 5 or 6 thousandths. I kind of showed you guys at the beginning of the video how I moved that with those calipers, and I think it's pretty good. It's not super easy to do, because when you go to tighten that screw, it'll move it just a few thousandths. So it took me a minute of fiddling around with it, but anyway, so I'm pretty excited about it. If I could get that group to move just to the right 2 or 3 inches, that's a 6-inch square, get it somewhere centered where it's off to the left. I don't know, I just thought it'd be worth giving it a try. So, I'm sure that maybe people watching this video are saying, well, what good is this doing you? You don't have a bench, you don't have a rest in the field. That's true, I don't. I read an article, it's been long time ago, by Craig Boddington, and he talked about confidence. And to me, this is a confidence builder. If I can shoot groups like that, I mean, that's probably the best group I've ever shot in my life with open sights. But if I can shoot a couple groups like that and have confidence where the gun is hitting, that is valuable in the field. Because I'm not going to take a shot at a deer at that distance without some kind of a rest. Laying prone with a backpack, getting on a tree, getting on some deadfall, something. I'm not going to stand here just flat-footed and shoot that distance in the field. I'm just not going to do it. But if I have the confidence in the gun off the bench, then I think, that brings a lot of value to the hunt. So anyway, we're going to shoot 3 more shots. Hopefully we can get another group like that, just slightly more centered on the target. All right, let's walk up and have a look. Well, that's just a little bit disappointing. I had a flyer here, but I mean, the gun's grouping pretty good right there. I still think I need to move that rear sight just a little bit. So I've got 5 out of 6. Let's see. So 5 out of 6 is 2 1/4. I mean, the gun is shooting well. I'm calling this a loose nut behind the trigger. I'm gonna go ahead and mark those, and I might try to move that sight just a little bit more. I'd anywhere, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm worried about something I shouldn't be worried about. So that's the center of the target. So I'm 3 inches to the left of center. I don't know, I just feel like we can do better than that. I'm gonna go ahead and mark those. Okay, we're gonna try one more 3-shot group. I moved that rear sight another 5 or 6 thousandths. Hopefully that'll get that a little closer to center of that 6-inch square. All right, let's go up and have a look. Well, we're getting closer. So here's 1, 2, 3. Not the best group of the night. It's 3 1/4. Am I splitting hairs? Am I worried about something I shouldn't? Probably. So, that's a 6-inch square. The center of that group is about 3.5 inches, 4 inches. We'll say 4 inches. We're going to call that the center of the group. Of course, I'm aiming right here. Man, I just don't think I'm going to worry too much about that. I'm going to go ahead and mark those. I might shoot one more group with my cast bullets. All right, so that last group wasn't bad. The gun is shooting good. You know, that last group was a 3-inch group, just slightly left of center. I think I could monkey around with that and drive myself crazy all day trying to center that up. I think the gun's shooting good. I'm happy with it. I wish that last group would have been a little better, but you know what? I'm okay with it. So just for fun, this is my Keith bullet load. This is going out of this rifle. You know, I have been a long time since I chronographed it. I think it's around 12 to 1300 feet. I want to shoot it just for fun. I'm curious the point of impact. Who knows where it's going to be? I don't have a clue. I don't know if I've ever shot this load at 100. So we're going to give it a try. All right, we're gonna go up and have a look. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that 94 cycles those Keith bullets like a dream. That is the plus, I guess, to the 94, maybe a minus to the Marlins or the 92s. I've never owned one in a 92. I've never owned a Marlin or a 92 in this, but I got a real good friend that has had a Marlin for probably 20 years. He said they don't cycle very well. So anyway, that's a beauty of the 94. With the Keith bullets. So let's walk up and have a look. Okay guys, well, we've all heard the saying, you better quit while you're ahead. I probably should have quit before I shot that last group. Left and right's pretty good. We're still just, you know, in the center of the group is just barely left of center. I'm okay with that. Not a great group. It's that's about a 5-inch group. You know, not terrible. Point of impact slightly higher, but honestly, in a pinch, I'd grab a handful of those cast bullets and go to work if I needed to. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. The jacketed bullets, you know, these last 3 were after the sight movement, but I mean, shoot, this group is shooting good. So I am happy with the whole deal. Okay, the sun's about down, so I'm gonna wrap up the video for tonight. Just can't say enough thanks to the comments on this. If it wasn't for someone commenting on the project I'm working on, I probably would not be as successful as I was tonight. So I'll tell you, my next project is a couple things I'm with this new knowledge I have with these 6-inch targets at that range, is I'd like to shoot that 10-inch gun at 100 yards just for fun. And hopefully you guys have seen my other video of the 1886. I did not have super great success with that at 100 yards. I love that gun, 4570. I'm casting my own bullets for it. But with this target, I may be able to have a little better success with the 4570. So it's got a different sight setup. It's got a brass bead on the front, but I still think that what I was doing in the past at 100 yards with these open-sided rifles is I wasn't using the right target. So anyway, I'll tell you what, I got some new excitement about my open-sided rifles. I love the traditional lever guns. Yeah, I'm just super stoked tonight. So anyway, I wasn't really great or happy with the groups on that cast bullet. Might be a little bit of the lighting, might be a little bit of eye fatigue. I know for me, if I'm shooting precision, especially with open sights, man, I shoot 3 or 4 groups and I'm done for the day. Just my eyes are giving out. But anyway, I had a great night tonight. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.